So NotTopical back with another video of our show, Not Topical, a podcast mostly about movies. There was no episode last week because we learned 2.5 hours. It doesn't airdrop very well. So that's why there was no podcast last week. So I don't know what number we're on, but movie news, starting it out with movie news as usual. So Nate will tell you about that. And I'm Strange Wang if I didn't say it before.
I don't really understand why this deserved a whole article, but it's going to lead me into a question that isn't really related about it, because that's usually how the news works. When I read it, and then I'm like, this is stupid, why they write an article about that, but then it makes me think about something else that is more interesting to talk about. But Screen Rant wrote this whole article on how one of the original actors from the live-action 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was talking about how much being in the suit sucked. And basically the whole article is about how there's eye slits in the masks, which makes sense because the actors have to see. And the eye slits are just these little black lines that are right underneath the masks on all the characters. And when you're looking at a picture, you can't see it. But a lot of this movie is in a sewer, or turtles are very rarely out during the daytime, right? So it just always looks
two.
It always looks like a shadow. I never thought anything about it. But they go into this whole spiel about how knowing this information can completely change an audience's perception of the movie. Now that I know it, you'll never be able to not look at it again. How do you feel about that?
I think that guy's a jerk off. That's a stupid comment.
The guy that wrote this article?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever heard anything about the production behind a movie that made you feel differently about viewing the movie?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
And I watched The Shining with ease.
You watched The Shining with ease?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
If you're going to pick a movie, that's the first one that comes to my mind, where Kubrick's let's just be a fucking asshole to what's her name and make her hair fall out because it'll make the performance better.
Sure.
Shelley Duvall. Or Alien, where they don't tell any of the cast members the xenomorphs bursting out of the chest.
Right. Or don't tell what Bill Paxton that they're going to make him do the knife game and stuff like that. But even things that are goofs that make it into movies, I
don't think that was a goof.
Well, I know this isn't a goof, but I'm just talking about things that come out after the movie comes out. Every time I watch Star Wars now, I'm going to look for that stormtrooper to hit his fucking head on the door. But it's not going to make me enjoy... it doesn't change my perception of Star Wars like this guy suggests it does. I mean, I did not... Well, I'm sure that I've heard this before. I love the fact that Jim Henson's studio made these. Did you know that?
No,
that sounds like something you would have known, but...
They should have kept these and reused them for the second and third one, because the costumes get worse as the movies go on.
Yeah, but... Oh, the other thing was, down here, in the neckline, there's, a mouth hole or something, but you can never see it. It just looks like a shadow. To me, it just looks like they did a really good job of making the movie while still making the suit functional for the actors.
Better than that CGI piece of crap.
My point in bringing this article to your attention is this is a stupid fucking article, and I could write better articles for Screen Rant. This is something that
trying to get a fucking job. We can't even get 5,000 subscribers in 4 years. You're trying to get a job writing fucking movie articles.
This one was really interesting to me because of you, because you're in love with Helena Bonham Carter. The amount of times I've heard you refer to her as your future baby mama is through the roof.
The hottest white girl to ever walk there.
It is quite often. And something else that I've also heard you feel passionate about is cancel culture, which she says is bullshit.
It is.
So basically her quote is, do you ban a genius for their sexual practices? There'd be millions of people who, if you look closely enough at their personal life, you would disqualify them. You can't ban people. I hate cancel culture. It has become quite hysterical that there's a kind of witch hunt and a lack of understanding. I agree.
Yeah, you can. And the only people who get canceled are people that let themselves get canceled.
Yeah, I think that there's some stuff that R. Kelly,
We'll talk about this later, actually.
What, R. Kelly?
Cancel culture, but R. Kelly's a part of it, yeah.
Yeah, R. Kelly. That's a good person to cancel. I agree. We should probably cancel R. Kelly.
What do you mean by cancel?
I don't... if someone told me that they still enjoyed R. Kelly's music, I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd be like,
So if you heard the remix to Ignition, you ain't bumping it?
no, I would, absolutely.
Okay, that's where I want to know.
Yeah, but like, do I think that we should allow R. Kelly to do anything moving further? Well,
No, he's in jail now. Fuck him.
Well, Lil Wayne wrote a whole album in jail. He released an album from jail.
Yeah, but...
because he's in that rich people jail. But
yeah, but ain't nobody going to buy a new R. Kelly album.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a society, we should just be done with R. Kelly. Like, just from this point forward. But if you're going to bump Remix to Ignition, I don't give a shit. It's a good song.
He's got a bunch of good songs. Him and Little Michael.
But her thing were kind of like, her stuff was specifically in reference to Johnny Depp and J.K. Rowling.
What does she do?
She wrote Harry Potter.
No, like,
what does she do? For? She doesn't like trans people.
Oh.
She's a there's two genders person. Which, like, what my thing is, like,
who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who cares if we all agree on something? It doesn't mean that Harry Potter's not fun as shit and enjoyable. But I appreciate that she had the balls to say that shit.
Yeah.
And she's not, like, would you consider Helena Bonham Carter an A-list actor?
No.
I think she's like the bottom of, she's like an A-.
Nah, she's a B-list actor.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe in the 2000s,
but she was
an A-list actor, but now she's not enough stuff being an A-list actor.
You don't think that some people just, like, retain that?
Nah.
Like, if Tom Cruise had never made another movie after 2010, you're going to say he's not an A-list actor?
Yeah, but he's different, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I'm just trying to figure out what the line is.
Like, what's his name? Hackman? He made Welcome to Mooseport with Ray Romano.
Old Gene.
And, like, I wouldn't say he was an A-list actor.
Yeah, the first time that I watched Grand Budapest Hotel, I didn't know who Gene Hackman was.
Fucking Indiana Jones' dad, I wouldn't say he was an A-list actor before he passed.
Sean Connery?
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
He was at Spotlight too long, dog.
But I don't think that matters. Like, it's still your body of work. She has been in some, like, incredibly famous shit.
Yeah, for sure. But I wouldn't consider her an A-list actor.
And not, like, just a side character in it either. But I don't disagree with you. Anyways, good for her. Glad she had the balls to say something. Next up, she doesn't feel this way anymore, apparently. But Greta Gerwig said that she worried that Barbie could be her career ender. So Greta Gerwig's got Lady Bird. She's got Little Women.
Yeah.
She helped Baumbach write Marriage Story.
She's acting in somebody's new film.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
I think it's the William Dafoe joint where he's stuck in the thing.
Yeah.
I think that was it. I don't remember.
So Greta Gerwig is like one of the, like, in terms of indie filmmakers, she's kind of at the top right now, right?
Yeah.
So this is, honestly, this Barbie movie to me is like, it's the most interesting thing in the movie world to me right now. I have no idea what this movie is going to be. I know it's not going to be some stereotypical, like, kids live action Barbie movie. As she says in this article that, like, literally when she was writing it, she was basically just like, we're just going to make sure that this movie is the exact opposite of what anyone would expect with a Barbie movie. Also, Greta Gerwig, very intentional about writing, like, female empowerment type roles and things like that. I think Barbie as a whole, like, because that, like, that character, like, even the toy itself has had its, like, moments of scrutiny. Like, a lot of women got upset in the 2000s about, like, the female body image that Barbie was portraying, and there's not enough black Barbies, there are not enough.
What about Bratz?
There's not enough Barbies with, like, more realistic proportions to an actual female size and all that stuff. Which Cassie Margot Robbie as Barbie kind of throws that out the window because she looks exactly like you would expect a Barbie to look.
Wasn't Rebel Wilson supposed to be Barbie originally?
Rebel Wilson's name was tied to this at one point, and Anne Hathaway was tied to it at one point.
Honestly, you think of Barbie, that's who I think of. The majority of people are going to think of that. Now, if you want to have side characters that are whatever the fuck you want them to be,
Yeah.
you can have a trans Barbie be her best friend. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. But for name value, Margot Robbie, everything she touches is fucking John Blaze at the moment.
Correct.
The image, that classic pink box that you walk past as a child and go, ew, Barbies, just to get to the wrestling Ninja Turtle section of the toy aisle. That's what I think of.
Don't forget Batman.
Batman too. So I'll say who gives a fuck.
Yeah. I'm really interested about it. The fact that Ryan Gosling agreed to do this movie also is just like...
He needs that money to do some independent shit.
What is this? Like...
He needs to hang out with another sex doll.
I have no clue what this is. But it is really interesting to me that like she took this on and then immediately was like, oh man, I might have fucked up.
Yeah, she saw that paycheck and was like, yes, fuck.
Well, that's the other thing that's interesting to me about this is because it's going to be a Warner Brothers movie. This is not an independent film.
Yeah.
And like that's what she is known for, is like smaller shit. So
You gotta get that paycheck to make the bigger shit though.
yeah. I guess. All right. Scorsese and Spielberg have both shit on Marvel, right? Scorsese and Spielberg are like two,
Top 10.
like they're like two. When people like when you talk about mass appeal,
Yeah.
like probably the two goats of directing, right?
Alive.
Yeah. And then there's people like Tarantino who have this massive following. Most critics like his movies. Unless they don't like him, then they say they don't like his movies.
Following.
But he's not like the mass appeal guy.
Yeah.
But he's joined them in the whole like Marvel shit talking thing. So he was on Two Bears, One Cave, which you listen to. Occasionally.
When Burt Kreischer ain't on there, that bitch ass motherfucker.
Burt Kreischer?
Yeah, fuck him. I don't like him. He's annoying as
Isn't
shit.
he one of the...
He's one of the bears.
Is he not one of the two bears?
Yeah, but when they don't have a guy, someone else fills in. So Tarantino was the bear in this case.
Oh.
So I personally rather listen to Your Mom's House because it's Tom Segura and his wife. And no Bert. Fuck Bert.
What's wrong with Bert?
I don't know. I don't like him. Which is weird because he reminds me of one of our friends.
What do you not like about him?
He tries too hard. Like, when he laughs, I feel like he's, like, the shit's not that funny. He be laughing too hard. He made the big, like, I don't know. I've never been drugged. But when Ari Shaffir, like, slipped a Molly, I don't know. I just feel like he made too big of a fucking deal out of it as well.
Probably.
Like, they talk about it now, and he's like, oh, it's fine. Fucking Joey Diaz says I'll be there in 5 minutes. And we sat in the backyard. We had this beautiful moment. And he talks about it, like, so differently now from then, which hindsight's 2020 and whatnot. But it's like, I don't know. I just don't like him. That Machine is not that good of a fucking special either. I think that's why I don't dislike him the most. The Machine is not that... It's a out of 10, it's like an 8 out of 10 story. And the rest of the special is like a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I don't find the motherfucker that funny.
Well,
and the Machine special is overrated.
And I feel like...
Fuck Bert.
Getting way off topic from this news article, but I feel like people overhype shit like that too. Like they want to be a part of the moment, so then they just start acting like it's the funniest fucking thing
and I
ever.
see it everywhere.
And it's just like, okay, it was funny, but like you're making it not funny by how big of a deal you're making.
And if his shirt was still on, nobody would have been talking about that shit.
Yeah, that's probably also true. Anyways, Tarantino was on their podcast. Apparently he was one of the bears that day, according to this guy. And the gist of what he said in the beginning was he doesn't like Marvel movies. He doesn't hate Marvel movies. When he was a kid, he's upset that they're the only thing that gets made, apparently.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how when he was growing up, like...
He compared it to musicals.
You could have had them. Like, you would have, but you would have also had all this other stuff coming out, too. Which, if that was the case, I would probably still enjoy Marvel movies. Like, if we got one or two... If we got like one a year, and then all this other good shit outside of that, and then like, all the DC shit on top of it. Anyways, long story short is he says that the actors in the Marvel movies aren't actually movie stars because they're not the star. Like Chris Hemsworth isn't the star.
Thor's the star.
Thor is the star.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you look at everything else Chris Hemsworth put out, fucking sucks. So I agree with him.
Yeah. Like
he said more than that, but it's like
yeah,
for the most part.
like Chris Evans isn't the star. Captain America is the star. And it's kind of hard to disagree with that. I mean, like Chris Evans, like he had some he had not another teen movie. He popped up in Scott Pilgrim. Next thing you know, he's Captain America. He's hot shit. But outside of that, like he was in Push. I like Push.
Out.
Push has terrible.
He's had a better career.
But then he did Knives Out, and all of a sudden, him and his cable knit sweater are popular. So like, I'll give some of them the edge. Like
a better example is Tony Stark. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. He did Iron Man, and he was hot shit. And guess what he did after Iron Man?
Doolittle.
The Judge. That Oscar-worthy movie that no one gave a fuck about, and got bad reviews. And then I'll be Tony Stark some more, and then I did Doolittle, and then I don't know. Yeah. Talking about superhero movies make my stomach hurt more than it already does. Yeah. So Tarantino, good job.
But do you agree with him that like
100%
these actors aren't actually stars?
And I think Shang-Chi, he just saw an article and didn't see a clip. What he said, because he took that shit to heart too much. It's like, Shang-Chi, where the fuck you been? I don't even know your damn name. You Shang-Chi. Yeah. To everyone. I don't think no one knows your name.
Yeah. There are some exceptions, I think. Like Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. She's a movie star.
But she does films, too.
Right. Correct. But, yeah. I just love discourse about superhero movies because I'm sick of it. And I love hearing when other people whose opinions actually matter in the movie world also say that they're sick of it. And this one is more so just because I want to ask you a question about stuff. But
I gotta get to the bathroom, so hurry up.
Do you really?
Yeah, like actually, yeah.
Oh. So the Hourglass from Wizard of Oz, Chris Evans' shield from Captain America, and then a bunch of other like costumes and props and all this stuff are going up for auction at some event in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Okay, if I gave you $50,000 and you have to spend that $50,000 on one piece of movie memorabilia, what are you going to buy?
Buy Bubba's boxing gloves from the original Rocky.
That's pretty solid. I dig that.
I don't know if $50,000 will get me the pink Cadillac from what you call it in Goodfellas. Oh yeah. But I would drive that bitch around though.
You might could get the like half of whatever car they sit in Pulp Fiction at the diner.
No, I don't want that car.
I'm going Indiana Jones as well.
Room. Solid. Makes sense.
Yeah, or his hat.
All right.
I'd rather his hat.
Would you wear the hat?
I would wear the shit out of that hat. I would never not wear that hat.
What a nematode. Get anything for Black Friday?
I did not get anything on Black Friday, but Walmart had like some of their sales hit a week early, so I got Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Walmart exclusive with the googly eyes all over it for like $8.
I got the Pearl one. The exclusive slipcase for Pearl.
Oh, nice.
Very beautiful. I was trying to get a fucking Wii. What's that shit called?
Switch?
Yeah. But our friend HT was like, yeah, that's not really a good price. You're just getting an extra video game with it. They're all $300 regularly. So.
Wait, so you would have paid $300 and gotten a game with it?
Yeah.
What game was it? Is it one you would have played?
I don't know. I was like, I'll wait for a better game. It was Mario Kart.
Oh.
But I was like, I feel like there'd be a game. I love Super Mario Party a lot. So I was like, I'll wait for that one or like something else.
Well, you should just go buy a used one from GameStop.
I don't want to use one.
Why?
Yeah,
or refurbished.
Dirty.
It's not dirty.
And you don't know who had that thing.
What a terrible take.
Bro, have you seen the people in our city? There's some dirty fucking people in our city.
There's every city has dirty people in it. There's some not dirty people too.
I don't know. I'd rather have a new one that's nice and clean. It's out the way. I ain't gonna worry about anything breaking or being used or anything like that. I wish I could find a Wii U screen for that thing. Because that shit broke. But enough about Black Friday, since there's not much talk. So, Q&A for you.
Okay.
Question 1. This is the non-movie portion of the podcast. You're a cartoon character. Mm-hmm. And like most cartoon characters, you wear the same thing every day.
Right.
What's your outfit? Go ahead and throw them fucking green MD, whatever those shoes are called in there.
My NMDs?
Motherfucker, I ain't seen you take them shoes off in 6 years.
I'd probably go with some like Vans, some like just black Vans with like the white little line on the side.
Okay. Vans hat too.
Yeah. Well, give me some sort of like flat bill.
You didn't go for Vans for Black
Well,
Friday?
this isn't like really a flat bill. It's got a little curve in it. But...
You didn't go to Vans for Black Friday and get some stuff?
No, dude, I'm not going out shopping on Black Friday.
It's online.
Like,
you can't go to the website?
I'm trying to save it for a house, so I'm not trying to buy all this extra shit. I got plenty of clothes. I got too many clothes. I need to get rid of some clothes.
Give me some clothes.
You don't wear what I wear.
Or the same size. I might. You never know.
I
I definitely don't want that stupid ass gold gaudy ass motherfucking Star Wars jacket you got.
That shit's fire.
Shit, it's a lot.
Did you just say that's a lot?
Yeah.
Do you like? Okay, if it was possible right now, I would just give you a tour of the clothes that are in this room,
You see this shirt?
and I would call you a fucking fugazi
One
for
color.
telling me that that's a lot. You can get out of here.
Fugazi?
Just
Fake?
go back and watch any of our. Yes,
I don't know if that's...
that's. I knew what it
terminology.
meant, and I meant what I said.
I don't know
An
if that
elephant's
makes sense.
faithful 100%. You don't even know that's from.
Oh, no, I don't.
All
Alright, back to your clothes.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not something dissimilar to what I'm wearing now.
Alright.
Like,
What is your favorite album of the year so far?
favorite album of the
Yeah.
year? Like music?
Yeah. You want to listen to new music?
No. New music's garbage.
I don't know.
Except Taylor Swift. That's my favorite new album of the year.
Favorite new album? What's the name of it?
I have no idea.
Oh, Nematode. Alright. So, these are just like its own beings, no cards. It's alive without the cards, alright?
Wait, what?
Just listen.
Okay.
It's alive without the cards.
It's alive without the cards.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear the card bullshit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm prepping it. In a fight, who wins? Exodia or Mewtwo? That's one with the big guy. That's the big one, right?
Oh, okay. So, like...
No fucking Pokeballs, no Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Just a one-on-one fight.
Yeah, okay. So, like,
Between
the
Exodia and
character
Mewtwo.
of Exodia versus the
Yes.
character... Exodia. He obliterates that motherfucker.
Like with ease, the greatest of ease.
Yeah, I think it's, like... I mean, that's a tough call. Like, but there's still rules and shit. Like... Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say Exodia. 100%. Have you asked HT about
No,
this?
you want to get him on the phone?
Well,
I'll ask you another question.
I can't because I signed out of this hoping you could sign into it, and you don't know how to sign into it, so I can't text or Snapchat or anyone right now.
All right. What is the biggest L of your life?
I haven't taken many. Like, or like,
Oh,
not
okay.
not any like really consequential ones. Huh. Oh, when I was 17, I guess I just got really naive for whatever reason, and I let a homeless dude scam me out of $200 because he asked if he could. He came up to me while I was at a walk-up ATM machine and was like, "Hey, like I have this check, but like I can't cash it, and like I can just sign it over to you." I don't know. He said a bunch of shit that I didn't know what meant when I was young and dumb, and it turns out that it was not a check. It was just like a fucking like deposit slip. Like, it wasn't even a real fucking check. So he ended up getting $200 in cash out of my bank account right then and there. And then I was out $200 because my bank called me the next day and was like, "Hey, this isn't even a check. This is a deposit slip." And I was like, "Fuck." And then,
Huge fucking L.
yeah, it was a big L.
Him and I are recording the podcast. Who wins in a fight? Mewtwo, Exodia, no rules, no Yu-Gi-Oh cards, no Pokeballs to trap them.
So, like, who wins in a fight? Like, the actual character of Exodia or the actual character of Mewtwo? Don't get into all the whole, well, what level is Mewtwo and all this stuff. Just, like,
Have
Mewtwo...
levels?
Pokemon have levels, yes.
I thought they just go to one to the next one.
Alright, so, like...
Never mind.
Mewtwo from Mewtwo Strikes Back versus, like, just the creature that is Exodia. Who wins?
Alright. Next question. He wrote you good. That cocksucker could answer the phone. That fucking mutt. I'm giving that dude Jimmy's number. Bastard. Alright, next. Rank these most hated men. So I'm going to give you that board so you can write down the names.
Do I know who these people are?
I hope so. Because this is what sparked this question. I saw someone on Twitter and they got a... What the fuck?
Gave me a marker that doesn't even fucking work. Jeez. God dang. So, what...
Well, how about you start buying some markers around here?
I bought those markers.
Bullshit.
It's unprofessional.
I bought those. You bought these little fucking...
I bet that one works.
Ones.
I bet that one works.
It doesn't wipe off very good, though. You know that. I hope you know these motherfuckers.
How many is it?
I don't know, like 7.
Wait, okay, so am I right? Is number 1 the worst?
The shittiest to the non-shittiest.
Okay.
And this sparked this question. I saw this on Instagram thing that a Twitter account posted.
Okay.
And it said, Kanye West is more hated than Epstein is. Based on the internet. Based on the internet,
okay.
I would say that's correct.
Yeah.
So based on the internet.
That's because people don't want to deal... People, yeah, I'd go into a whole thing about that.
Based on the internet, rank these cocksuckers.
Okay.
Andrew Tate, Harvey Weinstein, your boy from earlier, Kells, that's R. Kelly for you white folks out there, Dave Chappelle, Jordan Peterson, the guy on Joe Rogan, you know what I'm talking about?
That guy killed his wife?
No, he's also transphobic.
I don't know who that is.
He's a cop. Alright, erase him then. Alright, that works too, you fucking animal. Joe Rogan was next. Kanye West. Jeffrey Epstein. Ben Scarpino.
That's it?
Yeah. Why you rank those? Let's see what HT said. In a match, I'll snap soon. Okay, so I guess he's playing Call of Duty.
He plays Halo.
Whatever the fuck he plays. So give me a reason. What's your thought process? What you thinking?
Alright, I'm thinking about what each of them did first.
So, he hates women. He rapes.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Weinstein, R. Kelly, Chappelle, Rogan, Kanye, Epstein. I'm familiar with all of them. What does Scarpino do?
I don't know. He's Jewish and he pisses people off.
Okay, well...
And his name come up on the most hated list a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He talks like this. He's very... I don't know. He's a weird looking guy.
You're talking about Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said Scarpino, which is like a Supreme Court judge or something, I think.
Oh, close enough.
Okay. I want to be like ironic and silly and just like put Shapiro at like number 3 over R. Kelly.
But the internet... I feel like the internet hates him more than R. Kelly.
No, but they don't. People just don't want to face real heavy shit. It's so much easier to hate Kanye for just saying some stupid shit or hate Ben Shapiro for saying some stupid shit than it is to have to face the reality of things that people like Weinstein and R. Kelly and Epstein did. Like, people don't want to face that shit. And it pisses me off, but it's true. Alright,
I feel like 8's easy. It's either Chappelle or Rogan.
Oh, yeah, I gotta look at this list again.
Well, who's about to write?
Well, I fucked myself up when I put these lines next to people, and I thought they meant something when it really just means, oh yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, I'm going Chappelle at 8.
Okay.
I don't think that he actually hates trans people at all. It's unfortunate they got offended. I don't necessarily think that he responded the best, but I genuinely don't believe he meant anything by that shit. He still could have handled it way better, but like,
people wanted to leave Netflix, and people also wanted to leave what's that music website you use? Spotify. For Rogan. So people both want to leave the companies they work for.
Yeah.
So who's hated more?
Alright, and I really don't like him as a person, but I'm gonna go Joe Rogan next. I think Joe Rogan does play a huge part in spreading a lot of misinformation. And I think that he knows that. I think he just knows how much money he's making by doing it, and he doesn't care. So that does make him a shitty person. But, like, he's not really out here doing that kind of shit.
I forgot to put Alex Jones on the list. That would have been a good one.
I don't even know who that is.
The fucking guy talking about the Sandy Hook thing was staged by the government.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He just got sued for a lot of fucking money.
Wait, is that the same guy that said frogs are making people gay or something like that? Yeah. what a nematode, pun intended.
Yeah, for real.
All right, I'm going between two.
What you thinking? Who's the two?
Okay, well, I changed my mind. I'm going to do this. Okay, number 6, and I'm going to explain it. Number 6, I'm going Kanye.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and that is because nothing that Kanye West says is okay. It's not. Like, he's fucked up in the head. But that's my point. Kanye is sick. And that doesn't mean that he gets a free pass. Everyone should be held accountable. He has been diagnosed with shit and is supposed to be taking medicine for shit, and it's his responsibility to stay on top of that. He has just chosen not to. But he says the stupid shit he says because he's legitimately sick. Like, he has problems. So I'm going to give him a couple spots on the ranking just for that. Maybe controversial, but like I still can't stand him. Like, he's still wrong. I do think that everyone, like, in terms of Kanye being canceled, I think that's good for him, not just for culture, but like I think that he needs to not have this spotlight to just feed into what he has going on.
Always running for president again, so good luck on the spotlight.
Right. All right, next up. All right, this one's tough for me. I haven't actually like looked into or read any of the Andrew Tate stuff.
Take him off the list then.
You just told me about it.
Then.
Okay.
And put Alex Jones on there, that crazy fuck, since you already got 8.
All right, Alex Jones then. Frogs make people gay guy. All right, so next up I'm going Ben Shapiro. This guy's a fuckhead. Can't stand him. He says some of the stupidest stuff I've ever heard in my life. His whole like facts over feelings bullshit makes no fucking sense. It's incredibly inhuman. But the thing is, what I think makes him so shitty is not dissimilar to what makes Joe Rogan shitty. I think this motherfucker knows like some of the stuff that he says is just so fucking stupid and wrong, and he knows it, but that's his job because people listen to that shit and they believe him. And he's also really annoying. Just like, dude, why do you care? Why do you give a fuck if trans people exist? Live your fucking life. You're not going to change, like, whatever. All right, and then...
Good question, because, like, the last 3, well, take Kanye out, the last 4, minus Kanye, so the last 3, they have, like, trans issues, right? That's been a topic in their life.
Sure.
Do you think because they have this scale and they're asked about it? Because I think when Joe Rogan got in trouble for it, I think he was just asked about it. And they got him on that. The UFC Olympics thing.
Yeah.
And because they have this platform that comes up.
Listen.
And people harp on it, so they go back to it.
Whether people like it. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and make an argument about whether or not trans people should be able to compete in whatever.
No, I'm just talking about in general. Do you think because they have this platform, like they didn't go out looking for this, I don't think.
Yeah, they're more under a microscope than everyone else is. Like.
So do you think since they got attention, they had to respond? So they kind of shot themselves in the split foot with responding? Yeah,
probably. But these are also guys that like are not going to listen to their publicist. You know, like they're going to say what they want to say.
Yeah. Okay, we got a video.
Wait, sorry, I shouldn't have changed these numbers.
You did. You fucked yourself up.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
All right.
Hold
on. Why you think? Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at this shit. There's like 8 fucking videos right here.
Okay, well.
So based completely on the lore between anime Mewtwo and the character of Exodia.
Oh my god.
Yours won't just play all of them?
No, because they sent too many of them.
Anime as well, just to make it a little easier. Mewtwo loses, and it is not close.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ain't gonna play the fucking 17 others that he
well,
sent.
I do want to listen to them afterwards. But yeah, I agree. Okay, number 4.
Dubs.
I'm going Alex Jones. I don't know.
He's big in conspiracy theories.
Yeah, as far as I know, he hasn't done anything to anyone other than just like say stupid ass shit. Sandy Hook was not a conspiracy. A lot of parents lost their children. That was really, really fucked up. Really sad. Should have been a major wake up call to America, but here we are still having all these school shootings and shit. And also the whole like gay frogs thing. It's just dumb as fuck. So he's basically Ben Shapiro
on steroids,
except he's like worse. So yeah, that guy is a fucking. But people listen to him and they believe it. That's like that blows my mind. All right, these next three. All right, I'm going Weinstein at 3.
Really?
Yeah. Why? Like, why do you think differently?
Because people still fuck with R. Kelly's music.
What does that have to do with it? We literally had a conversation earlier,
Yeah,
about how your actions and your stuff that exists already should be separate.
yeah, but I feel like for most people, like that makes Weinstein worse.
I'm going based on what they did. I don't give a fuck what other people think. You asked me what I think.
It's a podcast. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm having a conversation.
Weinstein.
Yeah, so uptight.
So the thing is Epstein, R. Kelly, and Weinstein, like, they're all kind of, they have similar crimes, right?
Yeah.
And so it is really tough to sit here and talk about which level of sexual assault is somehow worse than another one. But for the sake of making this list, Weinstein mostly was like using his position of power to get women to do sexual stuff with him, right? Which is not okay. Incredibly wrong. Like, honestly, with the exception of Chappelle, everyone on this list sucks. Now, they have definitely have different levels of suck.
I would take Joe Rogan out of there.
I don't like Joe Rogan. I think he's a bad person. Like, whatever.
He's a curious person. And his curiosity gets him in trouble sometimes.
Yeah, so Weinstein, he was a sexual manipulator, which is still sexual assault. But I'm going to put him at 3. I'm going R. Kelly at 2.
You think he's raping people now?
He's in jail.
That's where that shit.
I don't. I think he might be getting it.
We just on that metal butt.
Yeah, R. Kelly at 2, also a sexual manipulator. But like in this weird trying to make my own sex cult type of shit. Got some underage stuff going on there. Weinstein as well. R. Kelly also like basically a brainwashing kidnapper. And that's really weird.
He pees on people.
Yeah, and he pees on people. Number 1, this one was really easy. I knew Epstein was going to be number 1 from the start. This motherfucker's tied up in like fucking child trafficking.
He's tied up all right.
Fucking
tied up by that neck.
All sorts of weird shit. I'm glad he's dead. Fuck that dude.
So what do you think happened? You think he killed him or someone else killed him?
I don't care. Like, who cares? He's gone. He was a terrible person. He was a curse to this earth. And now he's not on it anymore. No matter who did it, is a win. Now I understand that if he had been alive and we'd been able to get more information out of him while he was still alive, we probably could have taken down a lot of other really famous, really shitty people, and that would have been also great. And like, obviously my personal preference, because you know how I feel about this shit, but like,
so
there's one less shitty person on the planet.
If he was still alive and gave a list and Harrison Ford got indicted, how would you feel about Harrison Ford?
I would be incredibly sad. That would break my heart. That would break my heart. I don't think that I truly don't think... Could you
still watch Indiana Jones and Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say, I would think about that when I watched it. Like, I'd be watching The Fugitive being like, damn. That sucks. But that's because I have so much respect for Harrison. I also think that I have, like, fairly good judgment in people. Like, out of all the people I've ever liked in my entire life, the only one who has ever ended up being a shitty person is Brett Favre.
Oh.
And, like...
I thought he was going to say me.
Well, I mean, like a really shitty person. Like, everybody's shitty to some degree, right? And, honestly, like, I liked Brett Favre when I was a kid. He was fun to watch play football. Like, I didn't know anything about this dude in my adult life. So I trust my judgment pretty well. But
All right, so go through your list 1 through 8. The shittiest people of recent memory from Nate from NotTopical.
all right, so number 1 being the shittiest, we have Epstein. Number 2, R. Kelly. 3, Harvey Weinstein. 4, Alex Jones. 5, Ben Shapiro. 6, Kanye West. 7, Joe Rogan. And 8, Dave Chappelle, who I really don't think should be on this list at all. But,
Dave Chappelle's great.
I was about to say, was that a Bill Cosby impression? Because we
could have put Cosby
he would
on
be.
there. I forgot about Cosby.
Yeah, I would. So I would take Chappelle off.
No, there's 9. So I feel like Cosby's in front of Kelly.
Yeah,
because Kelly he manipulated him. He didn't drug him.
Yeah, Cosby's top 3
for sure. Harvey Weinstein's like, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. So drop Harvey to 4, bump everyone below him down 1.
Bill's number 1. Fat Albert's number 1.
No. I said.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
No, I said make Weinstein number 4.
So Cosby's 3.
Drop everyone down him below. Yeah, I'm torn. Like him and
I
R.
think
Kelly.
Cosby's 2.
That's fine.
Yeah,
him or R. Kelly at 3 is fine. They're both awful. Fuck those dudes.
All right. Next, everyone's favorite teacher from their childhood, Miss Frizzle. She was very interested in exploring.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to 1 to 10. How freaky do you think Miss Frizzle is?
Oh, well, I think it depends on what your definition of freaky is. Personally, I'd prefer not to use that word to describe people's levels of sexual exploration.
What word would you use?
Because they are who they are. Yeah, I think Miss Frizzle probably doesn't have that many sexual boundaries. And that's fine.
Let's go to 1 to 10. What were we talking?
And it's okay to have a lot of them also.
So 8, 9.
Like Miss Frizzle.
1 to 10.
All right. So Miss Frizzle is probably not into airplay. She doesn't like to be like choked.
Oh.
Or like, not be able to like breathe during that stuff. I don't think anybody's tying Miss Frizzle up. I think she absolutely 100% has like dominatrix vibes. But she probably putting on the leather suit and like whipping some rich business dude's ass while he's tied up. But yeah, I don't think Miss Frizzle would have a lot of sexual boundaries.
All right, so we're going to go with a 9.
Yeah.
Arby's 1 to 10.
10 being Arby's is like
the best
restaurant ever.
No, like you give it a 10. Not comparing.
7.5.
All right.
I like Arby's.
Top 5, no debating. Top 5.
Top 5 of the week. Top 5 worst Christmas movies we've done best before. So I hate Christmas. He'll tell you how the top 5s work, and we'll get into it.
So he's going to start with his 5 and 4. I'll give my 5 and 4, 3, 2, 3, 2. Then we trade off number 1s. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means if we both have the same movie on our list, but one person has it 2 spots or higher, they'll say Zemeckis, and we'll just talk about it once.
All right, number 5 for me, Bad Santa. Really shitty movie. Number 4, Bad Santa 2. Somehow we got shittier. That was quick.
That is the Billy Bob Thornton movie, right?
Yes.
Nice. Number 5 for me, Christmas Vacation. I don't care if you think it's a classic. It's not. It's not funny. I'm sure that to audiences in 1980, whatever, it probably was. Chevy Chase is an asshole, and he's an asshole in real life. And I think that he is the rare occasion where that transfers into his movies. I can't stand that dude. And that movie doesn't make me like. I've given Christmas Vacation like 4 chances. I've watched it all the way through 4 times. I do not laugh once. Like I don't understand that movie. Number 4 for me, and this is where it gets really interesting because my 4 through 1 are just divvied up between 2 actors. So my number 4 is Four Christmases. That movie's just not that good. It's like a halfway interesting premise, but when you're trying to spend 4 Christmases with people, that's not enough time. not enough time to get invested in any of the 4 Christmases, or even the like characters that they're doing these 4 Christmases with.
So it should have been 3 Christmases.
Not a good. It should have been 2 Christmases. I don't know. It just wouldn't work.
Right.
It would make a good TV show.
All right. I turned my hat around because people with backwards hats are supposed to be cooler.
We're on your number 3.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question.
What's the question?
So, because of Christmas Vacation being considered a classic, because it's such a more realistic idea of the pressure of what Christmas is supposed to be, and it challenges that idea of like, oh, Christmas is so perfect, like Hallmark Christmases or Christmas card Christmases, you know. It takes a look at that and examines that in a very comedic way, and I think that's why people love it. That's why I like it.
I would argue the comedic part.
So you just don't think it's funny?
I do not.
Or you just think it's Chubby Chase? That doesn't do it for you.
I don't think that movie's funny. I don't know if it's his delivery. I mean, I'm not above admitting that maybe my disdain for him as an actor and a person may affect that, but I don't think that movie's funny.
All right. If I was a little bit skinnier, I look like fucking...
Clark Griswold's a fucking chump.
I like Matt Damon's crackhead brother in The Fighter.
Did
Like
he?
Christian Bale, yeah. Fucking, hey, boo-boo, you got them rocks. Number 3,
Garbage.
controversial. I should have wore earplugs on this side. This is personal.
No, I know you're going to
Worst.
put it on there, and you're
Number
wrong.
3 is Elf for me.
That's a dumbass take. That's as stupid as me putting A Christmas Vacation on mine, which is why I'm not mad about it.
To me, I hate with a passion Will Ferrell and him playing Buddy the Elf with all that Christmas spirit. It just annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah, you're a Scrooge.
With just someone that fucking happy and like so innocent about it.
How awful.
And looking so goofy.
So terrible.
It's so fucking annoying.
What a bad thing to have.
Fine. At least I'm not like your little list we got right there. I wouldn't make the list.
Oh, you're number
enough.
9.
I wouldn't make the list. What about Cosby?
No, you're top 10 worst people.
What about Cosby? You gotta watch the full podcast to understand that. We did top worst people of recent memory. And I somehow forgot about Bill Cosby. That old fuck, he's probably forgetting things too right now, so good for him. But it's just the most annoying movie as possible. Like, my personal little hell is Clockwork Orange style, eyes open, Elf on replay. That's how annoying I find that movie.
Would you rather watch Star Wars or Elf?
I'd rather watch Star Wars.
Damn.
I'd rather watch the trilogy, the one that everyone hates. Well, now everyone hates all the
yeah, which one?
The one that my generation hates. The first
prequels?
one. Yeah, the first one. Technically the first one, the second one. The George Lucas, what he did all of them by himself, yeah.
I know what you mean.
That's my own personal hell. Clockwork Orange style. I couldn't do it. But it's not a badly made film.
That's an excellent film.
Like my number 2, Home Alone 4.
You watched that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was young enough to fit in there.
Oh, okay.
Macaulay Culkin's not in this movie. It sucks. Production values on it's trash as well. They're like, oh, we got a actor. We got Ferris Bueller. We couldn't get Marv again, but Ferris Bueller, he's gonna play Marv, and it's gonna make sense.
Really?
No, yeah.
Matthew Broderick plays Marv?
Yeah.
Did Pesci come back?
No.
No.
He's with his wife.
Marv's with his wife?
Yeah.
Is she a burglar?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because
Okay.
he thought he could do better without Pesci. I'm
Alright.
pretty sure it's Matthew Broderick.
At least in Home Alone 3, they were just like, yeah, we got 4 bad guys.
I like Home Alone 3. I was young enough
I
to
like
watch
Home
it.
Alone 3 too.
No, it's a French Stewart, which looks just like fucking...
Matthew Broderick?
Yeah.
He does look a little bit
What is
like
he?
Matthew
He
Broderick.
was, what's his name? He was Inspector Gadget. Gadget.
Matthew Broderick was Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget 2, that's a book. Hold on. What the fuck is this guy playing? Maybe he was the evil Inspector Gadget. He was Inspector Gadget too. Matthew Broderick was like, that movie's too shitty, I ain't coming back.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's where you got him confused.
He's in Inspector Gadget 1, too.
But Matthew Broderick is Inspector Gadget.
Maybe he's the evil Inspector Gadget. Because remember, Dr. Claw put them against each other? I don't know. He's in Inspector Gadget, too. It doesn't say his role. I don't know.
Huh.
Also a bad movie, but he kind of looks like Matthew Broderick, which is why he's in Inspector Gadget films, and I just got it confused. Marv's Marv. What a hole. Like,
Yeah.
he's a lovable idiot. He's not the one you want to see get terrified, beat up all by himself, and he's kind of like the brains of the operation. So, just for that point alone, it's like, that shit's whack. His parents got a divorce, so they're trying to push that storyline into this film as well. And the new stepmom.
Wait, so is he supposed to be Kevin?
Yeah, he's Kevin.
That's whack.
And they just happen to burglarize this different mansion that they live in now. And he's like, oh, this kid, now I have to get him. It's
so
fucking
is
stupid.
anyone from the original one in it?
No.
Like the parents are different?
No. Everything's different.
That's dumb.
They just try to rebrand it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like I said, at least Home Alone 3, they just like kept the brand and just changed everything.
Great song. I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't know who
it's a
sings
great
that
song.
shit. That shit fire, though. So that's my number 2. Hot Garbage.
Huh. All right. My number 3, Christmas with the Cranks.
I kind of like that movie.
That movie's bad. Yeah, you like it because it's about 2 adults trying to not celebrate Christmas.
I like Tim Allen.
Yeah, I like Tim Allen too, but
He's
like
the tool man, dude.
he is the tool man. That doesn't mean everything. I like Kevin Costner, but Kevin Costner's in some bad movies and he's bad in them. Like,
I like the tool man.
that came up earlier today because my wife was watching Yellowstone, which he is incredible in. But yeah, this movie's not good. I hate this movie. Just be an adult. Either just do Christmas or don't. You can make your own decision. Like, the whole premise of this movie is insane. Like, this, like, that you have to go that out of your way to not celebrate Christmas is just, like, absolutely absurd. Just go on vacation somewhere. Just leave home. Then you don't have to deal with your neighbors or your daughter coming home and being upset about it. Like,
He's got Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle in it. He's got big ears.
absolutely stupid movie. I hate that movie. And my number 2, keeping with the Tim Allen theme, is Santa Claus 3. This is the one with Jack Frost in it. Some of the worst makeup I've ever seen in my entire life. Santa Claus 2, not a great movie either, but it's not as bad as this. This one's real fucking bad. I am interested to see what this new series is going to be like. I'm probably going to watch the first episode. I can't even think that it's the first episode of that series has to make me go, okay, this shit could be really good. But if I'm like, it was fine, then I'm not going to watch it.
I don't know if it was a blooper or what, but when I was uploading a TikTok today, follow us on TikTok, a video obviously pops up on the home screen. And because we post something about movies, it's always movie content. So the Santa Claus being a movie first and then turned to a show. I don't know if it was a screw up or they were just trying to be really funny with the joke. All the elves come in with a sign that says "We love Santa," but they accidentally got the
Oh, Satan.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just mixed up and said Satan.
No. It's part of the thing because I've seen a lot of parents bitch about it.
I thought it was kind of funny.
It's like the people who are like, oh, don't let them trick you into thinking that this is just a joke. They're like intentionally forcing satanic imagery into blah blah blah.
Bro,
and I'm just like, eat a fucking dick.
I didn't even.
It's just a
expect
joke.
It. Like it's one of those things where you know what it says, so you don't read it.
Yeah.
So after he said it, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't watch TikTok again. I
Yeah,
was like,
it's
that's
just
funny.
it's just a fucking joke. No one is trying to shove satanic imagery down your kids' minds.
So it's not topical. No. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
People still do that?
maybe at rock shows.
I thought I meant the devil.
Well, yeah, but that's just part of the stupid narrative that, like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's really stupid.
So what about Jack Frost you don't like?
He looks dumb as fuck.
What about the plot?
The script in that movie is terrible.
He tries to take over Santa, and there's like a fake Tim Allen, right?
Right. He's trying to be. There's like mechanical Tim Allen. Like, oh my, yeah. It's
That's
that alone should explain to you how bad that movie is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that one. Honestly, if I remembered that one, I would probably have it on my list as well. Number one for me is, it's not even a franchise, but I took all of them. Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh.
Technically bad, cheesy, bad acting, bad writing, bad directing. Man. Everyone that works on that movie, they suck toes.
If my mom watched our video, she'd be so upset with you right now.
Sorry, Sil. She might suck toes too, no offense.
I don't know and don't want to.
But every time I've ever watched a Hallmark movie, which was few and far between growing up, I was just sitting there as a child and thinking, wow, this is a piece of garbage.
Yeah. And the funny thing is like Netflix has kind of adopted that now.
I hate it.
But like they get so many views. Like people are watching these like shitty Christmas movies that Netflix puts out. Like the first one that really gained traction was A Christmas Prince. And the only reason I remember the name of it is because Netflix put out because they can see, like Netflix can see who's streaming what. Like they're looking, like they see your account. And apparently someone on their account had watched The Christmas Prince like 52 times. And so Netflix tweeted about it and was like, to the Netflix account holder who watched A Christmas Prince 52 times, who hurt you? Which, like...
That's funny.
Yeah, it was funny that Netflix called out this individual without naming them. But then after they tweeted that movie was like fucking all over the place for a little bit. And it's just like a shitty Hallmark movie.
Yeah. Like, I was with someone and they was like, all right, let's finish this movie before we do whatever, right? And it was a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And it had Danielle Fisher in it. Or it had
Fischel, yeah.
The other one. Maybe it didn't have Topanga. Maybe it had Full House
Rachel?
Girl.
Oh. Jodie.
No, not the one that was on drugs. The older sister that kind of looks like Topanga. Who was also hot.
I don't know her name.
I don't know. It had one of those in it. And I was one of those white females that are blonde. They all look alike.
From a 90s sitcom. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like the technical stuff. I was like, man, this is a big pile of shit. Like, do they just hire, like, you never worked on a movie before, so that's how you get your into Hollywood? Like, I've never held a boom mic before. I've never done this before. And you used to get your chops, your fucking...
Yeah. Just get
your rounds on that. Like,
yeah. It's like,
they're so not well made. And, like, I don't understand why people watch them. Because everyone can't be deep. And everyone has their different things.
Yeah.
But, like...
But people, like... People's moms are out there, like, sobbing at this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it emotionally affects them. And it's so bad.
But there's, like, nothing else that... Like, in another art form that is, like, as bad as a fucking Hallmark movie is.
Yeah. And then you throw the Christmas part... Hallmark movies in general are bad, but when you throw Christmas into it, then it's just, like...
Bad songs are bad songs.
Yeah.
Paintings, if it's not a good painting, it's not going to be well known. Like, no one has, like, an awful painting from an artist that no one likes in their house.
Yeah.
Like, what other art form that sucks and is not good?
Can you be bad and still be successful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other art form like that except for in film. Like, no painting has a cult following. And that's what it is. It's a 40-year plus cult following.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, no, like, there's some 20-year-olds that fucking watch that shit, and I'm just like...
Yeah. That's a really interesting point. There may not be any other creative outlet other than movies where you can be objectively terrible and still be successful.
Like, I watched 5 minutes of that fucking movie, and I was like, I know exactly why you're single, and I know exactly why you Snapchatted me at 2 o'clock in the morning asking if I was awake.
Yeah.
Like, the expectation of love they force into that movie with the Christmas spirit, it honestly makes me fucking sick.
Yeah.
But I was kind of glad that it worked out in my favor that time, because I've always wanted to use this Bernie Mac clip, and it's not forced. Because of a Hallmark movie, she was sad and lonely, and she wanted the dick. He says it funnier than that, though, because he's Bernie Mac.
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
This is a good clip.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite stand-up sets I've ever seen in my life. Fun fact.
Yeah. Bernie Mac's funny.
Like, not like
funny.
as a whole show, like a special, but like as a set. That's one of the cleanest 5-minute sets I've ever heard in my life. That motherfucker's like, this is so off topic. He's like, kind of not. Pumpkin pie, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. He was like,
Thanksgiving has already happened.
yeah, who gives a fuck? I don't celebrate holidays. That motherfucker's like, I was at the bar. This young lady come up to me. She's like, Mac. I said, yeah, that's my name. She said, I got a question. He's like, yeah. Does pussy taste like pumpkin pie? He's like, don't ask me no goddamn question like that. And the crowd's like going crazy. He's like, I don't know what the fuck pumpkin pie tastes like.
Nice. That's funny. Yeah. That's good. Good for him.
What's your number one?
I didn't know if you were done or not.
No.
Yeah, my number one, going back to Vince Vaughn, is Fred Claus.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah. Let's make a movie about Santa's, like, black sheep little brother and his relationship and what he's been doing. Santa doesn't have a brother. He didn't need to have one. It definitely didn't need to be Vince Vaughn. This movie should never have existed. It's awful. Script's bad. Acting's bad. Like, casting is weird as fuck. It makes no sense. None at all. It's my number one.
So, in 5 years when we redo this list, because we're running out of Christmas stuff to do,
Yeah.
do you think that horror movie Grinch is going to be on this list?
Maybe. I don't know. That depends on if I watch it or not.
I'm going to watch it, just because I fucked with her Grinch heavy as a child.
Yeah. You liked it the last Grinch movie that
I
came
did.
out. The last animated Grinch movie.
It was different enough to, like, be its own thing.
Yeah.
I was cool with that. But that's the podcast. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And put your top 8 most hated people down in the comment section below. That's the real list of the video.
Yeah.
This Christmas movie stuff, we're just doing that because Violent Night is coming out. And that dude didn't make 5 movies that was worth watching. So we couldn't do a top 5. What's that guy's
David
name?
Harbour?
Yeah, we couldn't do top 5 of him.
Yeah, I could have done like top 5 episodes of Stranger Things with Hopper in them, but
Never seen Stranger Things. And that's not a movie. And there's not top 5 Christmas action movies either. Because there's only Fat Man, and there's probably some straight to DVD garbage we never seen.
But Die Hard's a Christmas movie, Strange Wang.
Fuck Die Hard. That's a Christmas movie, that is. But, yeah. Do your thing in the comments and all that.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.